YTBC, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. And in this video, guys, I'm going to take the time to just tell some truth. I'm going to tell some truth. And people, let me go ahead and explain something to y'all. The homie J Sewell, he's been taking a lot of flack this week. A lot of flack. And you know what my response to that is? Why? Why? For what? You see, guys, we all have a breaking point. The name of this video is called Breaking Point. We all have a breaking point, y'all. And let me tell y'all something. Your breaking point is different from everybody else, but we all have it. I kind of had some time to just really think about my life on this Christmas Day. I had some time to really just think about my life, my own life. And I thought about a situation, an exact same situation that I was in. You see, you guys think that the YTBC is racist. Y'all ain't seeing racism. Come to the world of track and field. Come to my world. The racism is 10 times more advanced in track and field. Very racist, okay? I deal with it daily. I didn't say once a week, y'all. I deal with it daily. And probably this is the only day that I'm catching a break from the racism in the sport that I've dominated for years. Okay? You see, me and my partner, we work together. We work together. We run a gym. And him and I, we take some of the most difficult kids. We take a lot of kids. Some kids ain't difficult. Some kids are really good kids. They don't have any issues. But we do take a lot of other kids that have issues. We take a lot of kids that don't have a stable home environment. We take kids that don't have food to eat in their house. We feed these kids. We train these kids. Some of these kids, to be point blank honest with you, they done been in gangs. And I'm talking about just a gang where they just go into a little clubhouse and roast marshmallows. We talking about real life gangbangers, man. I'm talking about these dudes done fired off shots. These guys done been in gun wars. I'm talking the real deal. These are kids, man, that they know they got to get out that life, man. They want a future. And so we take these kids and we rehabilitate these kids 100% of the time. They stick with us. They ride with us. We rehabilitate these children. We do it. We rehabilitate the girls that don't have no self-respect for themselves. We show them how real men are supposed to act. See, we teach these young girls to have self-respect for themselves. We teach them that. And these young girls, they go through our program. They stop doing some of the crazy stuff that they used to do before they got to us. And they sign full letters of intent. They sign these letters of intent. You see, I understand what it is that I have to do in this lifetime. I know that. I know I'm going to die doing what I do. Okay? You see, guys, I've been in situations like that before. And see, people, I'm going to tell y'all something. When you reach your breaking point, you have to get your point across, and your message has to be said. It has to be addressed. Okay? See, guys, when I go to track meets, I remember, man, they used to try to put me in what's called a coach's box. And it's a little box that they want you to get in so you can talk to your athletes. And if you're not inside this little box, you can't talk to your athletes. Well, that's one problem. The box is so far away from the venue, your athletes can't hear you anyway. But, they don't enforce that rule to everybody. They were only enforcing it to the black coaches. And I picked up on it, but I never got in the box. I'm defiant. I said, man, I'm not getting in the box to talk to my athlete. I said, that's stupid. I'm going to talk to him where I stand. And if y'all don't like that, then, ain't nothing you can do about it. It's a free country. See, that's my mindset. Now, the other black coaches, they got in this little box and they were compliant. But what I started noticing is the other coaches, the Caucasian coaches, they were never addressing these coaches and telling them to do the same thing. Now, if it was uniform and they told us all to do it, then okay, I would have had no problem with that. But if you got some people that are doing what you ask, but then you got another group of people you totally give a pass to, that's where I have a problem. And so here's what it is, y'all. Here's what it is. I defied it. I would not get in this box, and I refused to. And see, there are coaches here in this city, guys. And when I tell y'all this, I'm going to tell y'all this. This is true. There are coaches in this city that they have tried repeatedly to shut down our gym. They've tried to. I just never told. I don't tell people about it. I don't tell people here. They've tried to get our gym closed down. They've tried to get this gym closed down because they said that we're not promoting unity in high school athletics. That's what they said. They said we're not promoting unity. But see, how can you promote something that fails these kids? How can you promote something that you yourself, okay, they're not helping these athletes go to school. these kids are going right back to where they started. They don't have a future. They're going to just to do the same things. Instead of, getting them in a program where we got a 100% success rate. They're going to go to school if they ride with us. Okay? They tried to shut my gym down. All the coaches and a lot of the racist coaches and even a couple of black coaches, they tried to shut my gym down. A program that's been helping these girls have self-respect. A program that's been helping a lot of these boys, stop all this gang banging, stop, trying to shoot people. Man, I'm talking about these are real life. These are kids, man. They are not afraid to put a gun to your head and pull the trigger. And I can't mention names. I can't even tell. Because even if some of the people in the gym knew that we dealt with a couple of kids like that, it would freak them out. So I never would say, they'll never know who it is, but I know. Okay? Oh, I know. And people, the fact of the matter is that we're doing it bigger than anybody in our city. So the coaches get jealous. They try to shut down a program that's better yet, that's cutting down on the murder rate in the city because you don't have to worry about one of these guys, going to shoot you up because we're working with them. We teaching them how to be, citizens. We teaching them how to function because most of their life they've been dysfunctional. You ain't got to worry about the girls, getting pregnant and getting on welfare. You don't have to worry about that with us because we're teaching these ladies how to be self-respecting. Guys, in my 20 years of coaching that I've been mentoring, every last person that was in the gang, they got out the gang, they went to college. Every last young lady, they didn't get pregnant. They went to college and they did not get pregnant. What does that tell you? You see, that program that you're talking about, that I'm telling you about, it's 100%. What is so powerful that these guys want to stop shooting people? What is so powerful that these young girls, they want to stop getting pregnant when they roll with us? What is it? You see, that's something that these coaches, they couldn't figure out. And I'm going to get back to what I started out with in a minute. It's something that they can't figure out. They can't figure it out. They can't figure out why these kids who they've did everything dysfunctional their whole life, they can't figure it out. But they can't figure out why these kids will ride and die for me and my buddy at the gym. They can't figure it out. And one day I was at a track meet, and I'll never forget the day. I had the best discus store in the whole country that year. Okay? Best discus thrower in the country, and she was going to compete and break a 30-year-old record at this particular meet. And there was another kid who was set to break that record, but my kid had been dominating the track season. Now, this girl was very dysfunctional, man. Very disturbed kid, just dysfunctional all the way through. Had no stability. The only stability she got is when I trained her. That's the only stability she had all day, and that's it. So the kid was overly dysfunctional. But she was going to break a 30-year-old record that they couldn't have that happen. So what happened was we did a group prayer. You see, that's one of the things that's helping me keep these kids off the street. That's helping me keep these kids out of caskets and into college. Okay? Prayer. So we prayed. And in our town, in this city, coaches and athletes can't have a group prayer. The athletes, if they want to have a group prayer, they let it. But coaches can't be a part of the prayer. And I said, that's dumb. So I prayed. We prayed. And the coach that disliked me heavily, he came over and he said, Coach, it's against the rules. It's a violation to have an open prayer here, a group prayer with athletes, so I'm going to disqualify your athletes. I said, oh, no, you're not. I said, absolutely not. And I went to the discus circle. I sat down in the discus circle. I sat down. Okay, I sat down in this circle. And then people, when I tell you that it was an uproar, people were mad. People were telling me to move. People were siding with this coach who, he does nothing but talk about athletes. He talk about my athletes like dogs. And I train all kids. I train white kids, black kids, Asian, Hispanic. You know what he called the white kids that worked out with me? This guy called them white trash, and he called them trailer park trash. He called them white trash, and he called them wiggers. Okay? He called them wiggers. And I complained about this coach many times, but, nothing was ever done. You see, it took for the situation to get out of hand for them to do something about it. Okay? The black kids, he called them thugs and niggas. Oh, he used the N-word. Nobody would believe me. Okay? The Hispanic kids, he called them green cards and wetbacks. And the Chinese kids, he called them rice cookers. So people, you had this one guy, point blank, just racist, man. Very racist. A lot of people complained, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing on God's green earth happened. Okay? I wouldn't move. I didn't move. And so he said, well, we're going to come over here and move y'all. He said, we're going to come and move you. I said, man, any of y'all put your hand on me, I'm putting all of y'all to sleep. I said, every last one of y'all going to go to sleep. So the situation escalated. The situation escalated. But see, that wasn't the end of it. So they called the resource officer down. They called him down. Okay? And he pretty much asked what was wrong. And I said, man, they disqualifying her because we were praying. And he said, man, listen, this dumb. He said, let the girl go ahead and participate. So, okay, my athlete, she breaks a 30-year record. She breaks the record just like she was supposed to. She broke the record. Okay? But it wasn't over. So when I was leaving, the girl parent who she defeated came up to me and said, you are a real class act. That little stunt you pulled up there, distracted my kid and the other kids. I said, my kid wasn't distracted, and she broke a 30-year-old record. Then the guy said, I ought to come over there and I ought to knock you the hell out. I said, well, let's go. I said, come on, let's go. I said, I'm going to put you to sleep. I said, I'm going to put you to sleep in one shot. And he said, no. Oh, I'll knock you out, all right. So this guy pulled out a knife. Now, people, let me go ahead and tell you, it all escalated, and all we had to do was listen to me the first time. When I made complaints, and the coach didn't do it, but a friend of the coach did it. He pulled out a knife. So I've always been taught, don't ever bring a knife to a knife fight. I bring a gun. So I said, okay, just stay right there. And he started looking, crazy. My car was right near me. I was at my car. I reached in my trunk, and I pulled out my pistol. Now, the ramifications of that, I had a breaking point. You see, I had finally gotten to my breaking point. I done had people pull out guns on me before. I've had it done before. I mean, I done told y'all the story. I had to go into a house and pull one of my students out of that house, and there was a kid at the door with a gun and telling me that I ain't going in there. So I've had a gun pointed at me before, but, when you pull out a knife, I'm not bringing a knife to a knife fight. I'm going to go get a gun. People, I'm in the South. We carry our guns, and we love our guns, and we'll never give up our guns, okay? I pulled out my gun. And, to his delight, he tried to backtrack. And the coach, the racist coach, was there talking about, man, hey, let's not do anything irrational. And I said, irrational? This is irrational? But he pulled out the knife. So now, which one of us is irrational? See, one of us is irrational, and one of us is defending ourselves. Which one is it? You see, I don't know if he was going to actually use that knife on me. I don't have any idea, but the threat was there. So what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is, why is Jay Sewell going to lie? The threat was there. And Hawker Mustang, I'm just going to call it as I see it. Yeah, the comments are on Jay's page. Hawker Mustang, calling him nigger. All kind of stuff, man. Calling him nigger, talking about if he was around, he would do this and do that to him. Yeah, Jay Sewell was telling the truth. You see, I think y'all don't understand the situation. When there's a threat, an imminent threat, you react. I've always been taught to react to an imminent threat. The situations are very similar, okay? See, you don't know. There are a lot of smart people online, guys. There are people that can track you down right where you live at. And y'all don't even know this. And I be trying to tell a lot of y'all, be careful who you put in the videos. Be careful, be careful where you go in your videos. I try to tell y'all this because you got a lot of people that are crazy online. And I'm not one of those people to second guess a person. I can't do it. I won't do it. There are a lot of people. And I can understand the homie sensing that there was an imminent threat. Because you don't know, y'all. You don't know. And I sure did. I pulled out my gun. Needless to say, now when these guys, when they see me, guess what? They don't come to me with that get in the coaching box. They don't do anything. They don't even do as much as disrespect any of my kids like they used to in the past. I'm just trying to tell you, I'm speaking this from my perspective, okay? Jay, just keep pumping out vids, man. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done.